Hello, I'm Reagan Smith. In news across West Tennessee today, 20 years ago, a newspaper reporter wrote, "If you think politics is ever quiet in Jackson and Madison County, just wait. The school board will manage to stir things up." That's exactly what happened when Thursday night's board meeting's agenda was published. New board chairman Kevin Alexander has called for what may be the most ambitious agenda in years. However, some of that agenda is not in the 10-year school plan developed by Superintendent Eric Jones. That has a number of community leaders who support Jones concerned. One of the biggest surprise items is a proposal to have an elementary school on the north campus of Northside High School. Alexander says new board member Doris Black had the idea because she contends the high school has a number of unused classrooms. That comes as news to at least 3 other school board members who say the proposal has never been discussed. Alexander intends to put the measure up for a vote Thursday night, but others on the board say that's way too fast. Board member Shannon Stewart says she is emphatically behind the superintendent.
I would love to see the 9 of us work together to help Dr. Jones accomplish the things that he set out in his 10-year plan. I think he has a year as our superintendent under his belt, and I think he has. We're going to see the test scores in the next week or so. We've seen vast improvements in many areas of our system.
We'll be carrying the board meeting live Thursday night on Facebook Live. It begins at 5:30. Here are some of the key proposals that have the attention of community leaders and taxpayers. One would authorize the superintendent and board chairman to request $40 million from the county commission. That would include $12 to $18 million for a new elementary school north of I-40. The rest would go toward repairs or additions to existing buildings. Any leftover money would go to relocate or build a new Madison academic if the school board approves. $2.5 million will be used to open a workforce training center at the former Jackson Central Mary building. That is also not in Dr. Jones' 10-year plan. Over the weekend, West Tennessee Today news director Steve Beverly offered a commentary on the agenda. He questioned how Alexander intends to pay for these items and why some of the proposals are outside of Jones's plan.
Mr. Alexander is the new chairman of the board. A fair question is this: how many of these items with your name attached to them have you discussed thoroughly with Superintendent Eric Jones? If we are already to the point of recommended motions before a public meeting is even held on any of these issues, it smacks to me that we may have had some school board members discussing these things in private outside the sunshine of the public and deciding in advance how they are going to vote. I sincerely hope I'm wrong.
Another surprise item is a proposal for a uniform bell time for schools in the district. The proposal does not specify what time, but comes with a price tag. Alexander's measure calls for taking $1.2 million out of the school's district reserve funds to buy extra buses to help with implementing one bell time. What caught some people off guard is Alexander calls for the bell time to be implemented in January or, at the latest, next August. Even supporters of one bell time say this is moving too fast without considering potential chaos that could result. And if that isn't enough on the money question, the figures are in on a new jail in Madison County. Initially, County Mayor Jimmy Harris said the county could borrow up to $30 million without a tax increase. Today, the county commission was told jail expansion could cost as much as $49.5 million. The plan would add another 200,000 square feet to the Madison County Criminal Justice Complex. Enough space in the expansion would allow for an additional 525 beds. The jail has an approved capacity of 303 inmates, but in the past 2 weeks, the total number in jail has been as high as 425. We'll have more on all of these stories around the clock at West Tennessee Today on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Reagan Smith. Wherever you go, we hope you have a great day in West Tennessee Today.